coffee from the convenience store went cold already. The wipers move for no reason again. Not many cars out here at this kind of hour. Every time the road bends near the mountain, fog spills over the windshield, and somehow my head gets quieter too. Nothing was really wrong, just too many things lately. But empty roads like this make me feel human again. The road before the fog clears feels better when I drive slow. Can't see that far ahead anyway. So what's the rush tonight? Music playing low beside me. No calls, no talking, just watching trees blur past. For once that was enough. Don't even know how far I came. Stopped at a small overlook for a while. Nobody else was there, so I stayed longer than I planned. Tried taking a picture, then put my phone away again. Some moments feel better when they disappear untouched. Everyone keeps saying, keep moving, keep proving. But days like foggy mountains, maybe they're allowed to stay unclear. Before the fog clears, I think I'll keep driving like this. Don't really need an answer tonight. Quiet feels enough for now. Faded trees outside the window, slowly drifting behind me. And for a little while, I stopped thinking about everything. There's a bus schedule taped to the glass. Half the numbers are faded out. Guess nobody really checks it anymore. A plastic bench under a weak blue roof, mountain sitting quietly behind it. No ads, no music, not even a convenience store nearby. One car passes, then nothing again. The kind of silence that makes you notice you're breathing. Phone signal comes and goes like it's tired too. And for the first time in a while, I stop refreshing everything. 3 buses a day, that's all this town needs. Nobody seems in a hurry here, not even the clouds above me. I sit there doing absolutely nothing, and somehow it feels more real than most of my week. Bought canned coffee from an old machine, still warm somehow. Held it with both hands just to feel something steady. A bug hits the timetable glass, wind moves through the empty road. Nothing important happens for a long time. Maybe not every empty moment needs to be filled. Maybe silence isn't broken. Maybe it's finished already. 3 buses a day, and I almost missed all of them. Not because I was busy, I just didn't want to leave yet. The mountains stayed where they were, the road stayed quiet too. And for a little while, so did my head. There's only one light on here, the vending machine by the parking lot. Everything else already went dark. I parked without thinking much, engine ticking in the cold air. A moth keeps circling the same white glow, like it forgot where to go. The mountain road behind me is invisible now, just black trees and occasional wind. Feels like the world got smaller in a good way. I used to hate places like this, too quiet, too far from everything. Now I stay longer than I should. The vending machine hums louder at night, or maybe everything else just stopped. No messages, no voices, no need to answer anything. Cherry soda in one hand, cold metal bench underneath me, and somehow that's enough scenery for tonight. Watch my breath fade into the air like unfinished thoughts. There's a bug trapped inside the machine light, been there the whole time, still flying in circles like it believes there's an exit somewhere. Funny how the world keeps moving even when nobody's watching it. Roads, trees, parking lots at 2 a.m. still quietly existing. The vending machine hums louder at night, and I don't turn the music back on for once. I let the silence play first. driving again. Rain starts lightly, almost sounds like radio noise against the windshield. Pulled over near a closed gas station. The sign flickers every few seconds. Blue light spilling onto wet concrete. Nobody around for miles. I keep switching stations, but every song feels too certain tonight. So I leave the radio somewhere between rain and static. Cars pass sometimes, tires cutting through water, then everything disappears again, like nothing was ever there. Somewhere between rain and static, my head finally slows down. Not better, not worse, just quieter than before. Street lights blur across the glass like memories losing focus, and for once I don't try to hold on to them. There's instant noodles inside the station, probably closed hours ago. The chairs are stacked upside down, like the night ended early. A dog crosses the empty road without looking at me once. The kind of loneliness that doesn't feel personal anymore. Maybe peace isn't happiness, maybe it's just a moment where nothing asks anything from you. Somewhere between rain and static, I stop checking the time. The world keeps humming softly outside, but I don't feel late anymore. Rainwater sliding down the window, static filling the silence, and me just sitting there listening. Could barely tell where the ocean ended and the sky began. stop near a breakwater town. Fishing boats rocking without urgency. Someone left a blue bucket by the stairs. Rainwater slowly filling it up. The air smelled like salt and metal, wind pressing against my jacket. Even the waves sounded tired today, soft, heavy, far away. A couple walked past without talking, just footsteps and jackets moving in the wind. Maybe silence means different things depending on who's beside you. The sea looked gray today, not dramatic, not beautiful, just honest. Somehow I stood there longer than I meant to, watching cold water fold into itself. And for a minute, nothing inside me felt loud anymore. A seagull lands near the railing, then changes its mind and leaves the town behind me. Stays quiet like it's waiting for summer to return. I buy hot coffee from a tiny shop. The lady doesn't ask anything, just hands it over with both hands. Steam disappearing into the wind. Maybe healing isn't bright, maybe it looks more like this. Gray water, cloudy skies, and finally having nowhere else to be. The sea looked gray today, and somehow I needed that. Not every view has to save you. Sometimes it's enough that it stays. The waves keep arriving slowly, like thoughts too tired to break. And I just listen until the cold reaches my hands. Rows of empty tents, still tied down in the wind, like people disappeared overnight. Found a campsite near the valley road. Wet wooden tables, ash left in an old fire pit, and rainwater gathered in folding chairs. There's a map nailed to a tree nearby, corners peeling off slowly. Most of the trails lead somewhere high. I don't feel like climbing today. The air gets colder after sunset here. Even the birds stop making noise. Feels like the whole mountain went to sleep before I arrived. Nobody stayed at the campsite tonight. Just one moving through empty spaces, tense breathing softly in the dark, like they're waiting for someone. I sit under the shelter roof alone, listening to ropes swings beside the restroom sign, making shadows move across the ground. There's instant ramen in the passenger seat, but I'm not hungry anymore. I check the time once, then stop checking after that. Nothing out here feels connected to the speed I came from. Maybe loneliness changes shape when there's enough sky above it. Maybe silence feels safer when nobody expects anything from you. Nobody stay at the campsite tonight, and maybe that's why I did. No conversations, no notifications, just trees moving in black outlines. The valley disappears into fog again, cold air filling the empty side. And for the first time in days, my mind finally stops racing. The station announcement stopped a while ago. Only the vending machines are still awake. Small platform near the coast, paint peeling off the yellow line. A timetable shaking in the wind, like it's tired of repeating itself. The last train left 10 minutes ago. I watched the lights disappear slowly. Could've made it if I wanted to. I think I knew that already. Nobody asked questions here. Not the old man smoking outside, not the girl asleep by the window. Everyone just waits quietly. I missed the last train on purpose. Didn't feel like returning yet. The city can't keep moving without me. For one more night, cold air drifting through the platform. Ocean somewhere behind the dark. And for once, I don't feel guilty for disappearing. From the station machine, too hot to drink right away. So I just held it between my hands, watching reflections move on wet tracks. A cat walks under the benches, then vanishes near the stairs. Even it looks like it belongs here more than I do. Maybe going back immediately isn't always the brave thing. Maybe sometimes staying still is harder. I missed the last train on purpose. station lights kept humming softly. The ocean kept breathing nearby. Somewhere past midnight, the platform becomes almost unreal, and I stay there a little longer before deciding anything. Morning comes slowly out here, like the world doesn't wanna wake too fast. The parking lot looks different now, fog lifting off the guardrails, water drying on the road little by little, everything becoming visible again. Someone opens a cafe down the hill, metal shutters rolling upward. The sound echoes through the valley, like the day starting by accident. I thought I needed answers, or some huge change, but maybe I just needed a few quiet nights somewhere else. The sky started clearing before I did, but I think I'm getting there slowly. Not fixed, not renewed, just breathing easier than before. Sunlight touches the empty road like nothing difficult ever happened. And for a second, I almost believe it too. Coffee tastes better this early, or maybe I'm finally paying attention. A truck drives past carrying plants, radio static leaking from the window. I check my phone again, still too many messages waiting, but the mountain air beside me feels more important right now. Maybe peace isn't permanent, maybe it only visits briefly, like morning light through fog before the road bends again. The sky started clearing before I did, still I stayed long enough to notice it, and maybe that matters. Stretches quiet